What's up, everybody? Joey here coming at you with your latest ski and ride school update. Let's jump right in. So, go through a quick outline with you. We got some President's Week info that's upcoming, some first timer lesson promotions going on, a little bit more talk about our employee engagement survey. We'll give a mountain operations update, talk about our latest survey data results from our lessons, talk about our upcoming ski and ride school party, and we'll finish on a safety message. So the first thing we'll talk about President's Week needs. So we have a really busy President's Weekend coming up in the next 10 days or so. Our busiest 2 days are the weekend heading into President's Day, February 15th and 16th. We're getting close to that completely sold out mark on lessons right now. So if you're available, please add a day to your schedule. We'd love to have you come in for the weekend. It's a really important weekend to have everyone here. It tends to be our busiest weekend of the season. So please, if you're available, please come to work and teach some skiing or snowboarding that weekend. As I said, the busiest 2 days are the 15th and 16th, the Saturday and Sunday, but the following Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, 17th through 19th are really busy days as well. So if you're available those days and you don't typically work, we'd love to have some extra help. And then also the 2 days leading into the weekend. So the February 13th and February 14th are looking really strong, really busy. So please, if you have some availability, you can teach for either part of the day or the whole day, we'd love to have you come in and work. So some first timer lesson promotions that are going on. So we're still doing our buy one, get one free for first timer lesson packages. So somebody shows up, buys lift lesson rental package for the first timer program. You can then get a second person with you for free that day. Also, we're trying a new Icon Pass giveaway. So Icon Pass holders will be able to give away a first timer lesson experience. That's a lift lesson rental package to one person for the season. So just trying to drive some more volume through our beginner lesson packages. And there's a really strong correlation between where people learn how to ski and snowboard and where they want to go back to. And so we want to make that really amazing introduction to the sport here at our resort and make it just their anchor for the sport going forward throughout their lives. So just so you all are all in the know about those promotions going on. We talked a little bit about this in the most recent update, but the employee engagement survey is coming up. And so this is starting on February 14th, and I put out the last update, and a bunch of people say, great, when do I get the survey? When do I get the survey? So the survey is going live February 14th. It's important that you take it soon after you get the offer. What happens is people are like, oh, yeah, I'll take it. And then they forget to take it that day, and then they end up never taking it. We want to hear as many voices as possible. This is, I talked about in the last update, this is the chance for our opinion to turn into data, right? This is our chance for you to be heard and say, hey, this works really great at the resort, or hey, I really love working for this person, or hey, this could run better, right? And I think it's always helpful to be solution-based in any of your suggestions. However, it's important to be heard, right? And this is our opportunity to be heard. A lot of questions I get frequently are, so how anonymous is it? And that question comes up a lot because you have to plug your pass number into the survey to get access to the survey. And the reason they track your pass number is two reasons. One, they don't want people taking the survey twice. So Joey's pass number is 1234, and I plug in 1234, great. Now 1234 is already taken the survey. Also, we're sorted into departments, right? So ski and ride school is in one department, rentals is one department, lift operations is a separate department. And we want to be able to just do a pulse check on how each individual department is doing or feeling. And so that is why they're separated out. Once we're looking at survey results, we can't see, there's no way to go and click and view a whole survey, right? So I can't see how nobody can see how one person answered all of the multiple choice questions. All the multiple choice questions are averaged out together for that department and then given a metric. The comment section, again, is its entirely own area. And so there's no connection between comments and multiple choice questions. So the comments are just listed out in order per department, and it's really helpful information. So please take the time, share some information about how you think the season's going, how the resort's doing. I wanted to provide a quick mountain operations update. So we are 100% open on all of our skiing and riding terrain. We've had some awesome snowfall. It's been a pretty killer January and pretty awesome start to the February as well. Snowmaking is finished for the season, so what we have down for man-made snow is what we are going to keep. There's like almost 13 to 15 feet of snow on Steins. There's a lot of snow out there, so it's looking really good. We're really stoked on that. The Slidebrook lift, which is the last piece to our mountain operations puzzle, is sliding into place. It should be open the next, if not this weekend, for the holiday weekend following. They're just finishing up on the last few maintenance items, getting the last few electronic things sussed out, and that should be happening really soon. The Slowpoke Terrain Park, they started building it the last few nights. It has some features in the ground now, and they should be continuing to work on that over the next few nights. And it is open and riding for public. It's awesome to have a small, medium terrain park offering over here at Lincoln Peak. The conditions are just fantastic out there. This is a shot of Joey and Armando getting some pow turns the other day, and it's just been really awesome conditions, and continues to just get better and better. So please, I know a lot of you have been out sampling our core product of skiing and snowboarding, and please take the time to get out there. Our woods trails are considered open, for appropriate level students. As long as we're following our appropriate safety practices, we are open in the woods for skiing and snowboarding, and it is good. So just make great choices, be safe out there, but it is a lot of fun right now. So just some quick review on our latest survey data. So our Lake NPS score is sitting at a 60.61. Our end of season goal is a 70. And then we have, that's our short format data. And then we have our Medallia scores. So our kids' net promoter score is sitting at a 90.9, which is down a little bit from our score of 100 a few weeks ago. But our overall satisfaction is sitting at a 9.9, which is extremely high. Our Medallia adults NPS score is sitting at a 60, which is a 10-point increase over a couple weeks ago. And overall satisfaction is sitting at an 8.9 there. So our Medallia surveys are looking really good. There's probably a little bit smaller of a survey pool, just because it's a longer format survey, but those scores are really strong. And one thing we talk about is, hey, I want to see, my scores or my some more data on what customers are saying. And it's really hard when it's a small pool, right? And so for our flake surveys, this is just an example of how small a pool gets, how quickly. So we've had 2,400 scanned students right off the bat. Individual 2,400 people have been scanned into lessons for skiing or snowboarding in the farmhouse and the schoolhouse. Out of those 2,400 students, 60% or so have been emailed a survey. Sometimes they don't get a survey email because we don't have an email on file, or it's a duplicate email or something like that. Or there's a typo in the computer when they typed in their email. So 60% of the guests who have been scanned into a class have been emailed. Out of the 1,400 people that have been emailed, only 131 people actually opened the email. And so right there we see, first we cut down 60, first we lose 40% of this number, and now we're down to only 9% of this number right here, right? And so we're going from 1,400 emails sent out to 130 emails opened. Out of the 130 emails that are opened and surveys that are viewed, only 99 were completed. And so we take this huge survey, and if we had 2,400 survey results, we'd have really amazing information. But we have this huge survey pool, potential survey pool, and it comes right down to we have just under 100 surveys sitting at halfway through the season. And it's valuable to certainly to take those 99 surveys and add them all together and see, okay, this is where the school is as a whole. But it's hard to share individual data when people have one or two surveys for the season. There's 300 something of all of you teaching lessons, and so 99 surveys is not a lot of information for individuals. So moral of the story, if you have the opportunity, just remind your guests, hey, you might get a flake email. Just explain to them what it is. The flake emails or the flake survey is really short. It is 3 questions and a comment field. And our scores are generated from just the 3 questions. So if they just go, 10, 10, 10, we're happy, right? And if they're not 10s, we want to hear why, or we want them to tell us why. And so, it's great to encourage that survey participation so that we have a better idea of what our guests want out there and what they're looking for. We want to make sure we're meeting expectations on a broad scale as well as individually when they're coming to lessons. So I mentioned earlier, we're doing a little party on Saturday, February 8th, 5 p.m. in the schoolhouse. We're going to do pizza, bring your own beverages. At 4 p.m., we're going to organize a group skin up the gatehouse side. We're also going to do our weekly 4 p.m. training in the schoolhouse. There's been an awesome coach's corner going on in the schoolhouse every Saturday at 4 p.m. In the past, we've done these two separate things. We've done like a mid-season party like this, and we've done these certification meetings. We're going to match these up and make it a little bit more of a singular social event. So we're going to have some discussions on level 1, 2, and 3 certifications for ski and snowboard, children's specialist freestyle as well. And we're also just going to have some classic ski and snowboard movies on in the background, have some music going, have some nice vibes. Come on down, get a slice, hang out. Talk skiing and snowboarding. We'd love to see you Saturday, 5 o'clock at the schoolhouse. Lastly, I just wanted to cover some safety stuff. So we're halfway through the season. We just want to stay tight in our decision making. So making really good terrain selections. Now that all of our terrain is open and an option to us, making sure we're making the right terrain selection for our guests, making sure we're giving them a good experience, but also making sure we're in the right place where they can build some skill and develop their sliding abilities. As we move into a holiday weekend, next weekend, making sure we're selecting good stopping places, visible from above, we're not crossing the trail, we're checking uphill before we slide away, all those pieces that should be second nature, but maybe partway through the season our habits start to break down a little bit, just making sure we're able to stay tight in the safety realm. And then lastly, the to and from work conditions. We've been on a little bit of a roller coaster of freeze thaw, back to mixed precipitation, to some snow, back to really cold, to a little bit warmer, back to cold. And sometimes our conditions coming from the parking lot aren't ideal. So just making sure you're being safe, wearing good traction footwear if it's super slick out there, making sure you're wearing some traction devices on your shoes or boots. We want everyone to stay healthy and finish strong for the season. As always, thanks for all you do. It's so appreciated. Hope to see you Saturday evening at the schoolhouse. And thanks. Talk to you later.